This is for those of you, because I asked Andrew backstage, because a lot of us take the Ultimate Eye. We're not taking this yet, and Andrew said this is the perfect thing to supplement with your Ultimate Eye, because then you get that massive, major boost to the health of your eyes, the health of your brain, and that is also a super affordable way to go as well.
Ultimate Eye, in 2 capsules, you're getting 10 and 5 of lutein and zeaxanthin. And for most recommendations, that's going to be more than adequate. But many doctors, ophthalmologists, optometrists now recognize finally the importance of lutein and zeaxanthin, so they're recommending even higher levels to many of us. And because lutein and zeaxanthin are so expensive, what we did is we created this single liquid soft gel. It's a small soft gel capsule. It's the most economical way to deliver those 2 ingredients. So in that single capsule, you're getting 12 milligrams of lutein and 6 milligrams of zeaxanthin and mesozeaxanthin. So that product alone, it's an incredible, incredible value. It's the day we're introducing it, it's basically a today special. So you're getting both of those ingredients, and because of the nature of these ingredients, if you chose to take Maximum L plus Z, lutein plus zeaxanthin, every other day, so you took your Ultimate Eye, 1 capsule or 2 capsules daily, and you just took 1 capsule of Maximum L plus Z every other day, and the in-between days, say you took astaxanthin, that would be an exceptional way to create a better budget, because again, these are, even though they're a today special and the pricing is remarkable given their regular pricing, still these are among the most expensive products I make. And when you look at 720 capsules of our Ultimate Eye, at the price we have today, to be less than 20 cents a capsule is miraculous given the cost of the lutein, the zeaxanthin, the bilberry extract. We're talking about ingredients in the carotenoids that are thousands of dollars a pound, literally. So they're extremely expensive. But our Ultimate Eye, it's a bargain today. The Maximum L plus Z is a perfect way to boost the levels you need. And if you want the benefits of astaxanthin, which may well be the most powerful of the 3 carotenoids, and by the way, these are the only 3 carotenoids that deliver their benefits, that pass through the blood-brain barrier to deliver their benefits to the brain, which is why it's not surprising now, the most compelling research, as exciting as the research is in terms of the eye, that their benefits have been absolutely unequivocally proven. I have no trouble using that word. They are part of our eye, part of how our eye functions. Now we see even more exciting benefits to our brain. And the relationship, the intimate relationship between our eye and our brain, really our eye is just a specialized structure of our brain that's involved in taking in visual stimuli. But the benefits of these ingredients to our brain, either one would justify changing your diet dramatically to make sure you get adequate lutein or zeaxanthin, or make sure you supplement.
There we go. So the Maximum L plus Z, if you'd like to order this product, we are down to the final few hundred in each choice. So that is also available at today's special price. Astaxanthin on its own is available at today's special price. If you're ordering the big bundles, I'm just going to give you one more illustration here, because if you can do it,